Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. Today we've got a good matchup in store between the expansion era Boomers and Groundbreakers. This one is balls hard. Goes head to the top. Bob Feller is on the mound for the Groundbreakers in this one. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, it's hard to have all 4 of your pitches on, but I think if this guy can have 2 or 3 of his 4 pitches and have command of them, he's going to have a really good game.
Digging in, Billy Williams. He will lead this one off today.
Leading off this afternoon, the left fielder, Billy Williams.
First delivery to him on the way. And afternoon baseball on MLB Network is underway.
First pitch, 1 o'clock.
Now the 1-0 is offered at and missed for the first strike.
Great off-speed pitch right there. He was definitely sitting fastball, wanted to turn and burn. Everything went flying. This pitcher might be on the attack with that pitch all game long.
The 1-1 misses, ball 2. Line drive to center field. Cobb is right there, 1 down. And with that, here's how the visiting expansion era Boomers are lining up. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Matty, I love the way this lineup's constructed. Talking to the manager before the game, he focused on the fact that they have a pass the baton mentality. Everything's flowing for this lineup. Chance to score a lot of runs.
Now at the plate, Ozzie Smith. First pitch coming. Here it is. Big curveball swung on and missed. 0-1. Smith has all the necessary skills to play great defense on the left side of the infield, and it makes him really fun to watch. He can pick it with the best of them, but what sets him apart is the huge arm. It's accurate, it's incredibly strong, certainly has the ability to uncork a throw and beat a runner when he needs to, and it's impressive to watch.
Yeah, anybody that has the ability to go to their backhand and to absolutely fire a cannon across the infield is a huge asset to have.
And a fastball not close. It's 2-1 now. And there's ball 3 on a breaking ball that misses away.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
Swung on and missed. That's strike 2.
Get it ready, big boy. This guy's throwing 3 digits right here. The best way I can help the fans is 90 to 92. You can usually see seams. 92 to 95, it starts to really quicken up on you. Over 3 digits, you're seeing a white blur.
Count remains full. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Left side. And a base hit into left field, so they've got themselves a 1-out base runner.
Love the ability to push that ball the other way right there. Nice knock to the opposite field. That's a switch hitter's delight, the ability to use all parts.
Striding into the box, Ken Griffey Jr. Man at first for him following the 1-out single. Here's the first pitch to him. And a pitch out. Nothing doing, though, and that's ball one. Fouled off.
This is the situation where there's a lot of pressure on the infielders if the ball's put in play on the ground. Both the guy at first and at the plate are burners, so a double play is going to be tough. Even getting one out could be a challenge.
The 1-1 pitch. A ball and 2 strikes.
Well, clearly this guy doesn't need many warm-up pitches because he's 98 miles an hour in the first inning. Newsflash to the offense, they better get it going.
Able to protect the plate with 2 strikes, and he'll see another one. Smith, the runner at first with 1 gone in the inning. In the dirt here. And forget about the double play now as he'll move up to second here on the wild pitch.
Well, when you throw a breaking ball in the dirt, that's the danger. You have to trust your catcher, but this one skips away, and the open base takes the double opportunity away with it. Might prove to be costly.
Working for the punch out and the offering. And here's a changeup in there for a called 3rd strike, and that's the 2nd out of the inning.
Flat out locked him up with the changeup right there. Usually you're trying for a swing and miss when you throw that pitch in a 2-strike count, but clearly he wasn't looking for it, so it's a backwards K for him.
Man at second here with 2 away, and here is Mr. October, Reggie Jackson. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
1-0.
A ball and no strikes.
Looked like he just tried to do too much with that fastball right there. He overthrew it a little bit. That's pretty much the case when you airmail a fastball like that.
Two out here and a runner at second. Off the outside that time as the breaking ball can't catch the zone.
When hitters are able to lay off curveballs and get themselves into good counts because of it, you're in pretty big trouble as a pitcher. A lot of guys rely on their opponents offering at that pitch, even when it's not in a good location to hit.
Swing and a miss on the heater, and it's 2-1.
He came out of his shoes on that one, boys. I know he swung and missed it. We felt the breeze from up here, but if he gets that pitch again and catches it a grain low, we got action.
And a 2-1 slider is looked at for a called strike 2.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
The set and the 2-2. Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now.
You would think in this situation, maybe with a base open, he'd just pitch around him and put him on first. But not with the guy in the on-deck circle. He's going to attack this hitter.
Here's the payoff pitch. And a fastball called strike 3, and the side is retired. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Catfish Hunter is the man towing the rubber for the Boomers in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, we're getting a look at a real competitive pitcher here. Career ERA in the low 3s, and that's not an easy thing to do in the day and age of small ballparks and guys swinging for the fences. Rock solid pitcher, does a lot of things well, and it'll be fun to watch him work in this one here today.
Stepping up to the plate,
Leading
Jackie
up for the
Robinson.
Groundbreakers,
He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Jackie Robinson.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And it's fouled away. Fastball just misses. That's ball one. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. And he'll ensure that this ball stays foul, and a smart play, as that would have been a base hit if it had come back. The 1-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Ball two.
He's got him on the ropes at 2-2, but I don't think he'll try to get him out with another curveball. He's seen it already a couple of times, so it's not going to surprise him anymore.
Swinging a soft liner. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out. Now a chance to check out the starting nine for the mid-century Groundbreakers as penned by Sparky Anderson. Mark DeRosa, tell us about this lineup in a daytime home contest.
Well, Matty, this lineup's going to have to find a way to score early. Get this pitcher uncomfortable, stay on the attack, get into the bullpen. That's the name of the game. They let this guy settle in, he'll breeze through 7 strong.
So digging in now, Louis Aparicio. Here comes the first pitch. Runs up and gets this one down. This gets foul. It's 0-1. And he fouls this one off. And a fastball blew it right by him, and they're 2 down.
Batting third.
If you've got a good fastball going and they're not handling, keep throwing it. Right there, 3 fastballs in a row. He gone.
Stepping in now, Ty Cobb. As he'll take a look at ball 1. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Now the 1-0. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Jackson moves over. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. An inning in the books. Scoreless on MLB Network. Coming to the plate now, George Brett.
The third baseman, George Brett.
First pitch of the at-bat. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike. Well, fans of the art of pitching are in for a treat. One of the game's big-time flamethrowers faces a top craftsman here today.
And you're going to see 2 different mindsets from both offenses, Dan. Facing the power guy, he's going to come at you. He's going to pitch to his strengths and not your weakness. And on the flip side, the finesse guy is going to try and keep everyone off balance. And I want to see what off-speed pitch he has working.
Yo, Dero, that's one of the beautiful things about the game of baseball. Good pitchers come in all different shapes and sizes, and they come with all different type of weapons. We're going to see one flamethrower and one guy that throws below the speed limit.
Striding in, Willie McCovey. First offering on its way. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball 1. That misses 2-0. No score here as we play inning number 2. Two and one now. The 2-1 is looked at for ball 3.
He still might be looking for that release point on that curveball early in this outing. That one looked like it popped out of his hand behind his ear instead of out front. We'll see if he finds that pitch because it'll be important for him.
The 3-1. Full count now, 3-2. Here's the two-seam fastball that bears in a bit too tight. It's ball 4.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
Into the box now, Rod Carew. First pitch on its way. It looked like the fastball got away from him there.
This is where he might need a mound visit, whether it be from the shortstop, his pitching coach, or the catcher. These last couple of pitches have certainly gotten away from him.
Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Pretty adamant about working him inside right now. Back-to-back fastballs, and that one was able to find the zone.
McCovey, base runner at first with 1 out. Now here's a swing, and this is hit well down the line in right. This ball has a chance, and it is gone. A home run. So a 2-run homer down the line in right field as it's now a 2-0 ball game.
Everybody loves to get on a good piece of cheese, hit a fastball out of the yard. But I tell you what, to be able to stay back and take a curveball deep, it's one of those special feelings when you can recognize and react, keep your hands back, and drive it out of the yard.
In now, Benito Santiago.
The catcher, number 9. Benito.
As he'll reach for one and come up empty for the first strike. The windup and the 0-1. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Nice swing.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Wow, that's 40 pitches for him already. This doesn't have the makings of a start that he's going to go very deep.
The 1-2 is taken for ball 2. Outside in a full count, 3-2.
Boy, went from being in the driver's seat to now being in some trouble. Had the count 0-2, started nipping at the corners, and next thing you know, this count stands at 3-2.
Count Count still full, 3-2. Keeps fighting him off. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And he finally wins the battle as this is swung on and missed for the 2nd out.
It's never easy to rebound after serving up a 2-run shot, but that at-bat was a good indication to me that he isn't letting it get to him. He went right after him for the strikeout.
Digging in now, Catfish Hunter, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First delivery to him on the way. Now a strike called in the upper part of the zone. 2 out, nobody on. And a fastball just misses. It's 1-1.
That's the kind of pitch that reminds me of many reasons why I wasn't a very good hitter. This thing was inside and coming in hot, and he just gave a stone cold take. I'm bailing out of the way if I'm in the box, no doubt about it.
Now the 2-1. Will not catch the zone. Ball 3.
If you're at the plate right now, you have to realize who's on deck. I guarantee you something's over the heart of the plate. You have to be aggressive in the zone right here.
And he misses here, ball 4, and somehow he manages to walk his opposite number. Wow.
Yeah, the pitching coach would hate to go to the bullpen this early in the game, but sometimes you have no choice. On the flip side, he might just get in his face a little bit out there, try to challenge him, wake him up from his funk. Either way, we'll see how it works.
Ready for another chance? Billy Williams, 0 for 1 here in the early going. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. Got him fishing that time. 0-1.
I can feel the breeze all the way up here.
Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1.
Boy, his pitch count has really spiked here in this inning. He's up to over 50 already.
2 out with the man at first. Well outside with the curveball for a ball.
Wow, another curve here that he can't seem to find the zone with. He's really had his share of troubles with location so far in this inning.
A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. The 2-2 doesn't get the zone. Count full now.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play.
Drilled on the ground is short. Aparicio gloves it. Throw on to Gehrig, takes care of him, and that will end the inning. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run home run. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. The Boomers lead it 2-0. Leading off the inning, Johnny Bench, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Here it comes. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. Easy take there as the off-speed pitch misses well inside. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
I understand pitching carefully to this guy in the box, but the man on deck doesn't represent any relief either. He's going to have to go after one of these guys.
Here it comes, the 3-0. And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second.
Well, that is definitely not the way to start an inning. One thing to give up a walk, but to do it on 4 pitches is pretty alarming. He looks a little thrown off right now.
Digging in, Lou Gehrig. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Behind 0-2 now. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
All right, here's how the visitors are lining up today. And one of the main pieces on this team today is the guy playing shortstop. A ton of range, the ability to go in the hole, set that back foot with a strong arm over to first base. And I know it's going to upset the second baseman and the third baseman, but at the end of the day, the shortstop is and always will be the captain of the infield.
So coming to the plate, Monty Irvin. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and 1 gone. Here's the first pitch to him. And here's a fastball called for strike 1. And 1-1 as this one's in on the hands. Here's the 1-1. And the pitch is off the catcher's glove as it rolls away. And it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw.
Yeah, and as we take another look at this, this pitch is on the outer half of the plate. The catcher doesn't know whether to backhand it or not, and it just skips off his glove for the pass ball. He'll be upset with himself about that one, no doubt.
And he fires a fastball now for a called strike 2. Bench leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now, 3-2. Into the corner and slicing foul. The next 3-2. There's ball 4.
Ball 4.
I'm sure the manager is fine with that. He tried to entice him with that 3-2 pitch, but he didn't take the bait. First base was open, though, so he just needs to make a good pitch for a ground ball.
Now at the plate, Larry Doby. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And this is taken outside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch on the way. A swing and a shot hit down the corner, and that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. Hit the target, but this is low. 2-1.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You can pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone, and with 2 guys on base right here, it's time to grip it and rip it.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. And he comes back with one down and in for ball 3. Eddie Matthews waits on deck. 3-2 pitch. And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
That's a big no-no. He obviously had to work carefully with 2 men on, but he did not want to walk him to load the bases. Now he's really got his work cut out for him. We'll see how he fares here.
Now at the plate, Eddie Matthews, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
This is a situation where you have to step out of the box and tell yourself, my job is to get the runner in from third. It'd be nice to gap one and get them both in, but you want to take a little pressure off you offensively and just focus on being productive.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. In under the hands with a fastball. It's 1-2.
Hey, this is a monster strikeout situation right here. A double play would be great in this situation, but I know he's going for the K. You get a 1-2 count on a guy, he's going to throw his nastiest stuff.
Fouled away. Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. This is popped up. Brett takes charge, and he's got it. 2 down.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, Bob Feller.
Now at the plate, Bob Feller. He's trying to at least tie this one up here, if not bring home a couple and take over the lead here in the early going. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. And a called strike down in the zone. 0-1. Just the second inning, but already 37 pitches to this point. Ready on 0-2. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
1 pitch shy of 40 for him right now, and he's not even out of the second inning of work. He's definitely not being as efficient on the mound as he'd like.
The 1-2 pitch. Liner towards second, but right there is the second baseman, and that will retire the side. Riding in once again, Ozzie Smith. He reached on a single in his first try.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And he gets ahead 0-1. And there's ball 1. And he swings here and sends one in the air deep down the right field line. And he's going to have room to put this one away, and that's the first out.
The center fielder, number 24, Ken Griffey Jr.
So one away here with the bases empty, and here comes Junior. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike. And it's a ball and a strike to Ken Griffey Jr. And now a good slider that doesn't quite catch the zone. It's 2-1 now.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. It's such an effective pitch if you can hit the corner with it, but no dice this time.
Right on that pitch that time as he wraps it into center field, a base hit.
Even though that pitcher was able to execute in off the plate, batter was able to keep his hands inside that baseball and drive it up the middle.
Jackson.
Into the box, Reggie Jackson, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. First time up, he went down looking. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
You thank your lucky stars when you get a chance to hit behind a guy with as much speed as he has on first base. The entire defense is on guard, and you know probably there's a fastball coming.
Here's a look over to first, and the runner back safely. The 2-0 on the way. A swing and a miss. That's the first strike.
That's straight smoke at 99, guys. It's almost unfair.
Right side hit hard. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now. Long throw to third, and he's safe.
He doubled up on the heater right there. First one he blew right by him. Second one, timing was on point, and he was able to get a hit.
Into the box now, George Brett, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. And he lays off for ball one.
Tried to go with the nasty backdoor breaking ball right there. Good job by the batter to take that pitch, work the count even.
Ready with the 1-1. Hit hard on the ground to second. Scooped up. One there to Gehrig. And the double play ends the inning. Digging in to try it again. Jackie Robinson. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
The second baseman, Jackie Robinson.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. And that's in there as well. 0-2 now. And 2. Here it comes. This is popped up, and there's out number 1.
The batter, number 11, shortstop, Luis Aparicio.
So striding in, Luis Aparicio. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
No balls and a strike to count. 1 out, nobody on. Now a fastball that's taken close that time, but it's 1-1. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact. And this is pop foul, but perhaps playable behind first. McCovey is over now, and he's got it for route number 2.
Now batting, number 0.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and here comes the Georgia Peach, Ty Cobb. First pitch of the at-bat. Fouled off.
I know it's a guessing game, but usually when you flip that coin, it better come up fastball at this level. You cannot be late right there. That was right in the wheelhouse.
A swing and a ground ball to third. Throw in time, and the side is retired. At the plate, Willie McCovey. He drew a walk his first time up.
Willie McCovey.
Here's the first pitch to him. Didn't quite catch the zone there. Ball 1. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
They obviously circled him before the game that they were not going to let him beat them. Walked him this first time up, and now they're nibbling again.
Outside, 3-0 now.
Well, he was definitely looking fastball here, and he got one. But that was good discipline to lay off and get himself into a 3-0 count.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin stanza number 4.
And that's what you want from your leadoff hitter. Shows some great patience and discipline, making the pitcher labor to start the game. The result is a leadoff walk and a chance to make some early noise.
Standing in now, Rod Carew, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the second. Hit him down. 0-1 count, and the pitch.
1-1.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Just behind the fastball there. 2 strikes now. Line drive to left. In there, a base hit.
Take a look at this again in slow motion. He tracks this thing all the way, gets his hands quickly through the zone, and just rips it down the left field line, just how they draw it up.
Stepping in now, Benito Santiago, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. The 0-1 pitch is strike 2, swinging.
Oh, I love this, boys. Mano-y-mano. He's coming to get him with back-to-back big-time heaters.
McCovey at second. Carew on at first with nobody out. And there's a fastball well off the plate inside. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. So after getting the strikeout on the fastball, not a bad time to check out our pitch speed comparison for our two starters. And folks, that is not a misprint. He's been clocked at over 100 miles an hour so far. My goodness. The pitcher, Catfish Hunter, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation. So let's see if that is indeed on right here. First delivery to him on the way. Trying to give himself up here, but this is foul, so the runners will return.
Shut him down now.
And they do have him bunting with one away as he puts this one down. To second for one. On to first, but not in time as he beats it out.
Now batting, left fielder, Billy.
Ready once again, Billy Williams. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed that time. It's 0-1.
You know, I think this is a big situation in this game. They've got to lead by a couple of runs, but they don't want to look back on this inning when this one's over and think that they left some runs out there on the base path. Scoring more here would be huge.
Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone.
1 out away from stranding that runner on third. So the last thing you want to do is throw a wild pitch and let him score. Nice job there by the catcher to knock that one down.
And here's a fastball not close as he runs it to 2-1 now. Two balls and a strike. Here it is. Fastball well outside.
Couldn't be a whole lot better situation to hit in now. 3-1, 2 on. He's got to be thinking he's going to get a pitch he can drive right here.
The 3-1 pitch. Swung on but fouled off to the left. Now the payoff pitch home, and he misses with it for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
And things are not looking good here in the 4th inning. That's the second walk of the frame. Good time for the catcher to go out to the mound and have a chat with this guy to give him a little breather.
Settling in now, Ozzie Smith, one of the bigger spots in the ball game so far. Bases juiced now with 2 away. Here's the first pitch to him. And a ball, 1-0.
2 walks in this inning already, so he can't expect to stay out there much longer if he puts somebody else on. We'll see if he can find it.
The 1-0. 2-0.
Putting himself in a pretty bad situation now on 2-0 and the base is loaded. He basically doesn't have much of an option but to challenge him right here.
Here's the 2-0. 3-0 now.
Well, nothing can make you question yourself on that mound more than 3 straight balls to a guy you know that you should go right after. Sometimes you just lose the strike zone and you don't know why.
The 3-0 pitch. Oh, and it misses. Ball 4, and that will force home a run.
Well, that's just not a good look for the guy on the mound. Base is loaded. You expect him to bear down and really fight to get an out, but instead he walks home a run on 4 pitches.
Into the box, Ken Griffey Jr. as he looks at a fastball on the inside corner for strike 1.
Even though we're still in the early going, I think this game's at a tipping point right now. They've got a chance to put this game out of reach, but if they can't score anymore here, the other guys feel like the door's still open.
Fastball that time is nowhere close, and it's even at 1-1. Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. Here's the 1-1. And there's ball 2 now.
It's one thing to get hit around, but it's far worse when you're getting yourself into trouble by not throwing strikes. Every pitcher's been there, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating or unacceptable.
The set and the 2-1. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
You can bet he's salivating a little in the box right now. He likes to drive in runs, and he's got a great situation and count to do that right here.
Ready with the 3-1. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Heading out towards shallow right. Doby is in pursuit, and he makes the catch as just the 1 run comes across in the inning. So 1 run here on 1 hit, no errors, and 3 men left on base. To the bottom of inning number 4 we go. The Boomers are out in front here, 3-0. Now to the plate, Johnny Bench. He drew a base on balls his first time up.
The catcher, Johnny Bench.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. This is a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Slider laid off for a ball. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Still 1-2. He'll try again. 1-2. Lays off. 2-2 now. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
If you're ever going to see a position player go to the mound, it's going to be in a situation like this. Get him to relax a little bit, focus on his mechanics, and get that fastball back in the zone. Can't allow this guy to lead off walk.
And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
They haven't been able to register a hit against this guy, but at least they have a base runner here. We'll see if that leads to something.
Ready now, Lou Gehrig. He was a strikeout victim in his first try.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
Ball 1 to start the at-bat. Nope. 2-0 now.
Remember, he was a strikeout victim last time up, but this at bat seems to be a totally different direction. He's showing good patience now, and he's got a real good count at 2-0.
The 2-0 outside. 3-0 now. That one's in there. 3-1. Here's the 3-1. Fastball is taken for a strike, and he runs it full 3-2. Now the 3-2 pitch. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Williams is under it, and that's the first out of the inning.
The left fielder, number 20, Montez Irvin.
Stepping into the box, Monty Irvin reached base via the walk in his first plate appearance.
Come on, Irvin. 1, 2, 3.
First offering on its way. That one's down around the knees, taken for a strike. Bench stands at first with one out. And this is high, a ball and a strike. Now the 1-1 pitch is a fastball taken high for a ball. Just off the inside part of the plate. It's 3-1.
I know this team has been struggling offensively, but here's a perfect situation with a 3-1 count. You have a chance to do some damage. You know you're getting a guaranteed fastball.
Line towards center field. Griffey Jr. is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first.
The right fielder, number 14, Larry Doby.
Into the box now, Larry Doby. He drew a base on balls his first time up. First delivery to him on the way. Fastball in there for a called strike. And on 0-2, he misses with a fastball. A runner on first with 2 away. 2-2.
Kind of pitching him backwards in this AB. Soft stuff early, then those last 2 were fastballs, trying to get it right by him.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Good running count right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. He'll be off to the races on this pitch.
Full count still. Catfish comes set on his way with the 3-2, and a good at bat that time as he lays off for ball 4, and as a result that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
At the plate, Eddie Matthews. He popped out in his first trip.
Yeah, it didn't look good right there. Just out in front. You know, sometimes when a pitcher has great arm action, you're going to get that. You're trying so hard to catch up to the high velocity. If he shows that great arm action and pulls the string on you, sometimes a pop-up is going to be the result.
2 down, runners at first and second. Maybe too much break on the slider. 2-1. The 2-1. Now a ball fouled down the right field line, out of play, so that'll move the count to 2-2 now. Too high, ball 3. Lifted down the line in left. But this will land untouched. Another full count pitch home. And he misses again. Ball 4. And his control is really letting him down now.
That walk is going to feel a little extra frustrating for this pitcher. Not only do you never really want to walk the number 8 hitter, but it's also going to let the pitcher hit this inning instead of forcing him to lead off the next one.
And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0. Bases are loaded here. 2 down. This is on the ground to short. Is he going to get out of this? Over to first. He does get out of it, and the inning is over. So no runs in the inning despite 3 walks as they couldn't make them pay. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. The Boomers are on top, 3-0. Warren Spahn, the lefty standing 6 foot even, takes over the pitching duties here. Stepping into the box, Reggie Jackson. He's in to get things going here in inning number 5.
The right fielder, Reggie Jackson.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
Yeah, that pitch is the equalizer. Left on left slider, down and away. He can spot it up when he needs to. That pitch is almost unhittable.
Curveball got him swinging for the first out.
For my money, there's nothing better than a 3-pitch see you later. Well, look here. He gets him on his heels with strike 1, up against the ropes with strike 2, and then he KOs him on pitch number 3. Love it.
In now, George Brett. As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Unable to find the zone with the slider. Ground ball sent back up the middle. A dive, and he knocks it down. And he'll make it to first easily on what will almost certainly be ruled an infield single.
Nice effort by the shortstop right there. Kept it in front of him. That's all he could do right there, Dan.
You know, Dealer, in a spot like that, that's an infield single. That's a tough play. Just to knock that ball down was a pretty good job. But any way you look at it, that should be scored a base hit, and I'm sure it was.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Pitch outside. The throw. It skips in, and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there.
You don't see that very often against this guy. This guy has one of the best arms in the game, but still a successful steal of second base.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. That's lifted the other way out to left. Herman is going to get there as he backs up to put it away, and there are 2 gone now.
Now batting, second baseman, Rod Carew.
Ready for another shot now. Rod Carew. Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the second. First offering on its way, and it's fouled away. Throw on to Garrett takes care of him, and that will end the inning. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Jackie Robinson. Third at bat in this one. He's bounced out and popped out in his 2 previous trips.
We're moving through the middle of this ball game right now. If they want to get things going, how about trying to get some base runners on, or at least get a base hit? They don't have any hits going into this part of the game.
0-1 count, and the pitch. Grounded weakly down the line toward third. But this will get foul for strike 2. Down the third baseline. And that's the first out.
The batter, number 11, shortstop, Luis Aparicio.
Standing in, Luis Aparicio. He flew out in his last at-bat.
And with his speed, he's one of those rare guys who you'd actually like to see keep the ball on the ground. You can't beat out a fly ball in this game.
And this pitch is popped straight up right around the home plate area, and he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out. Still a little early to start talking about these things. There you go right there. A big goose egg in that hit column, worth keeping in mind as we get later into the afternoon. Digging in once again, Ty Cobb 0 for 2 with a fly ball and a ground out on his line to this point. Catfish has the sign. Here's the first pitch. Off the plate and away there. 1 ball, no strikes.
These guys have got to be frustrated as an offensive unit so far in this one. They haven't been able to crack the code on their opponent, but it's not like they're getting great pitches to hit either. This starter has kept the ball on the corners of the zone all game long.
Ball 2. Late on that one as it's fouled off to the left side. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Hey, this offense needs to check themselves right now. They have to find a way to get somebody on base and get this guy out of the stretch and make him a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, they're 1 strike away from being shut out through 5.
Line to the right side, but that's a foul ball. Good battle here. This will be the 7th pitch coming up. Hard liner, but picked up on a hump. Off balance throw gets him. Nice play there as the side is retired. Stepping in, Benito Santiago. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch outs will stick with you a little longer.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. That's off the plate and high. 2-0 now.
You know, sometimes it takes a pitcher a few pitches to get going, but those two pitches weren't even close. Falls behind in the count, 2-0. It's time to start getting locked in.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Hard on the ground towards short. And there's his first base hit in this one.
Count leverage right there, sitting dead red fastball, and he didn't miss it. Nice swing right there, driving it into the outfield for a knock.
Into the box now, Catfish Hunter. And this one's in the dirt. And a nice job keeping it close. It's ball one. The 1-0 misses for the second ball.
That's a good approach when you're facing a young arm you might not be too familiar with. Take a look at a few and see what he's got. Now he's got himself ahead in the count.
Santiago on at first, nobody out. And no take on 2-0. He's still squaring, and he gets it down. There's one. Back to first, but he wasn't able to get enough on the throw, and they'll just get one.
Now batting.
He got the bunt down, but he didn't deaden it enough. Really good job by the first baseman to charge in and make a good throw to second to get the lead runner.
Standing in now, Billy Williams. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. The 1-0. Hit hard up the middle. The throw to Robinson. To Gehrig, and the double play ends the inning. So striding forward now, Johnny Bench. A couple of walks for him thus far.
The catcher, Johnny Bench.
First pitch on its way. And he'll lay off a fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0.
This is a big out to get right here. This is their best hitter. He's a great hitter, and he's a guy that kind of spark plug. He gets this team going. So if I'm on the mound right now, you really want to try to get this guy out to hopefully keep them from getting a potential big inning started.
Outside, 2-1. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more of a pitch to contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full 3-2. And through just 5 innings, he's coming up on 100 pitches now.
Yeah, Matty, I think one of the things you want to do is try to drive that pitch count up. And D-Row, if you're the offense right now, you're sitting in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, usually the starting pitcher doesn't get to see the lineup 3 times through. I wouldn't be shocked if there's a move made to the bullpen here. That fastball must have a little late life on it, because that was right in the wheelhouse, and he still wasn't able to get good wood on it.
Grounded down the third baseline. And he fouls this one off. leadoff pitch one more time. And he finally wears him down here as he strikes him out after a 9-pitch at bat.
Now batting, number 4.
Stepping in, Lou Gehrig. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
1-0 the count. Bases are empty, one man out. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Well, not a great spot to be in right now. 2-0 to a great hitter like this. This is when you really have to pay attention as a pitcher. And if you have good off-speed stuff, this might be the time to start mixing in your off-speed stuff.
Here it comes, the 3-0. It's laid off, but in there for strike one.
Oh, he thanks his lucky stars right there, getting away with that hanger. I cannot believe he didn't pull the trigger on that pitch.
Swing and a miss, and the count goes full 3-2.
When your team is behind this late in the game, it's not a good look for you as a hitter to show no discipline and wave at a pitch that wasn't even sniffing the zone.
Fouled away. Here's a swing and a bouncing ball for the second baseman, Rod Carew. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly.
Well, I think this will be ruled an error, so the no-hit bid is still alive. If it's not, there might be a riot in that dugout, and rightfully so.
Stepping in now, Monty Irvin, and this is lifted high in the air down the right field line, and no one will track it down. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at bat, but it resulted in a line out. Set to deliver the 0-1. Fastball just misses. That's ball one. The 1-1 is a breaking ball that misses off the plate. Now the 2-1. Taken, strike two. Runners on first with one down. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball three.
One of the things you want to do with a starter, get that pitch count up. Here's another productive at bat as this count now gets to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Fly ball out to right field. Jackson moves over, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
The right fielder, number 14, Larry Doby.
So stepping in, Larry Doby. It was a walk in his last trip. Catfish comes set. First pitch on its way. In there, 0-1.
To me, getting ahead 0-1, it's the most important pitch in the game, Matty. It puts the hitter on the defensive. I can only think of myself being in the batter's box. When I'm sitting 1-0, I am all over the gas, or I am allowed the opportunity to sit on something without fearing going 1-1. When you're down 0-1, your head's on a swivel.
Jackson sprinting after it. He's there to make the play, and that'll retire the side. Back here at Griffith Stadium in our nation's capital. Before we start the 7th, let's pause to take a quick look at how we got here. It's our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Digging in the switch hitter, Ozzie Smith, already the beginning of the 7th inning here, as this game has had a very brisk pace to it so far. First pitch of the at-bat. He'll try to bunt his way on as he gets this one down. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
The center fielder, number 24, Ken Griffey Jr.
So a runner at first now with nobody out. And here comes Junior.
Let him down now.
He's set, and the pitch. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Now some action out in the bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander begin throwing. A ball and a strike.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Smith aboard here at first with nobody out. Now a throw over to first, and a low throw to first that bounces as he can't hang on. The 1-1. Runner goes for second. Pitch outside. The throw is well behind the play. That's an easy stolen base.
That's pretty savvy base running, right? A lot of pitchers don't throw over twice in a row, so I think he was going on first movement, and it worked out nicely.
No one out with a runner at second. Lifted down the line in left. Urban will get there with ease as he puts it away for out number 1.
The right fielder, number 9, Reggie Jackson.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Reggie Jackson. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. Runner at second here with 1 man out. Grounded back up the middle. Aparicio has it. Throw is in time to get Reggie, and that's out number 2.
The third baseman, number 5, George Brett.
So a runner at third. 2 men are out. And up next, it'll be the Hall of Famer, George Brett. From the stretch. Way off balance hack that time. Good for the first strike.
Hey, he's going to have to set his sights a little bit more over the heart of the plate. I can't have one of my best left-handed power hitters reaching and taking an ugly swing like that.
2 outs here with a runner at third. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, and if you get a guy flailing at a pitch like that, heck, you're going to go out there and throw that same pitch till he proves he can lay off of it.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1.
Ball two.
2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike. The count.
Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball. Men on third with 2 down. Swing and a miss. Got him with the screwball, and the side is retired.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the traditional 7th inning stretch.
Coming to the plate now, Eddie Matthews. It was a walk in his last trip.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
All right, let's address the elephant in the room right here. This guy's absolutely dealing, throwing a no-hitter, but that pitch count's getting up there. He's going to have to be super efficient in these later innings if his manager's going to give him a shot.
This is pulled into right. Jackson is there, and he has it for the out.
Good contact to start out the inning. Thought he might be on base with some sort of a hit, but it hung up there too long. Just unlucky that time.
Al Kaline will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Al Kaline.
There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. There's ball 2 as the slider dips below the zone. Three and 0 now. One out, nobody on. And that's a base hit. So the no-hit bid ends here in the 7th. They finally break through for their first hit of the ball game, so the no-hit bid will end right here.
Yeah, Matty B, and this is when you start thinking about that no-no. You get into the 7th inning, Dero. As a pitcher, you start looking ahead to what might happen.
And that donut stares at you from an offensive standpoint as well. This guy's had his A game. You can't deny the fact that he's pitched a heck of a game, but from an offensive standpoint, you never stop grinding to get a crooked number up on that board.
Phil Niekro enters to make an appearance on the mound as he inherits a runner at first with 1 out in the inning. Into the box, Jackie Robinson. He swings and lines it to left. This will hang up just long enough to be run down in shallow left for a tough second out.
The batter, number 11, shortstop, Luis Aparicio.
At the plate, Luis Aparicio. He got under one and popped out his last time up.
Yeah, I don't mind him trying to drive the ball in the air, but he can't collapse the backside, and that's exactly what he did in his last at bat. Look for him to stay a little taller and keep that upper half a little bit more over him.
Kaline leads off first with a pair of outs in the inning. Throw over to first, and the runner back. And he popped him up. McCovey in foul ground. And no one will track it down. Lifted in the air out towards left center. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. Newhouser has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. Leading off the inning, Willie McCovey, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. There's a fastball on the inner third taken for a strike. Fouled off. And it's fouled away. Newhouser is pretty much a manager's dream coming out of the bullpen. High strikeouts, doesn't walk a lot of batters, usually a recipe for a lot of success.
Oh, that's one of the keys. I think if you were to build the perfect relief pitcher, you'd want a guy that throws a lot of strikes, that minimizes the base on balls, and nobody does it as good as this guy does right now in the game of baseball.
Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8.
Now batting.
Time to bring you up to date on the numbers for our 2 starters. It's our starter comparison, and the hometown 9 have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen. Rod Carew will dig in again, and as he does, we'll flash you back to inning number 2 as you get a look at his 2-run homer that was a big blow early on. First pitch on its way. Swing and a looper to left. Urban moving in. He can't get there as it falls in.
Now batting, catcher, Benito Santiago.
Standing in, Benito Santiago. He singled his last time up. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Count 1-0.
Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball 1. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. Now we'll snap one off over to the bag, and he just manages to get his hand in. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss as he ramps up on the fastball. 1-1.
Sometimes you can get away with a pitch in that location when you're running it up there that hard, but not consistently. You still have to work the edges of the zone most of the time.
The 1-1 home. Ground ball to second. This could be 2. 1 there. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Goose Gossage is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Defensively. Now pitching and batting in the 7th spot, number 54, Goose Gossage. Now playing second base and batting
Digging
up,
in, Ty Cobb.
number 8.
He'll have a new pitcher
Go.
waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th. First pitch on its way.
Nope.
Too
That's
much
the ball.
dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball. Pulled toward right center field. Calling for it, Reggie. 1 out. A couple of good pitching performances by both clubs here. 3-0 our score as you get a look there at the inning by inning recap through the first 7 and change. So here's the cleanup hitter, Johnny Bench. He was sent packing on strikes in his last trip.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system. Especially now, he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot, has to put the ball in play.
Well above the letters with the fastball that time. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
Got a ball, 1 strike.
The 1-1. And he fouls this one off. The 1-2. Count still at 1-2. Fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today he's gone on strikes.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one. The bullpenners look sharp and have backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed with the job these guys have done so far.
Now in the box, Lou Gehrig, and they're down to their final 4 outs here, Dan.
Yeah, it's not looking too good for them right now, Matt. They've got a significant hill to climb, but they've got to take it one bat at a time. A couple of guys get on, and then who knows what could happen.
Gossage has the target. 0-1 on its way. Here's a breaking ball, but it doesn't quite find the strike zone. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2. And he comes back with 1 down and in for ball 3. Now the payoff pitch home. Fouled away. Fouled off.
Hey, he's got 4 foul balls in this AB right here. He's really making his pitcher grind for everything.
On the 8th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does it as he wears him down and the inning is over. Into the box, Joe Morgan. He'll start things off in the top of the 9th as they look for a little insurance. First delivery to him on the way. Off we go in the 9th as the first pitch misses for ball 1. in there. 1-2 now.
Ooh, I'm shocked he got away with that one, boys. Curveball right down the middle of the plate, and for him to take that pitch looking, he had to be sitting on something else, but he should have pulled the trigger.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. And this is taken for a ball high and tight. 2-2. Still even at 2-2. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Hey, I know the idea is to try to get the guy to swing on a 2-2 pitch, right? But that one was so low, I don't know anybody that would have swung at that pitch.
And this will be pulled in just in front of the warning track for the first out. Well, that was a seriously impressive catch on the run that we just watched, and we'll watch it again with Show Track. He did about everything right from start to finish on this one, and as you see, he had an amazingly long way to go to haul it in. That was just awesome. Into the box now, Billy Williams. And it's fouled away. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Behind 0-2 now. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Still no balls and 2 strikes. And he fouls this one off.
Hey, I'm biased to the hitter right now. Keep frustrating that pitcher. Foul 12 of these things off. He's going to miss over the heart of the plate at some point.
Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one.
Hey, I'm loving this right now. Classic battle. 5 foul balls in a row. I'd love to see this next one put in play for sake of pace of play, but I love the fact that he's battling.
A bouncer up the middle. And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow.
And this is not an easy play when you have to range to your right. He really didn't have a chance to get his feet set, so this is all arm. Nicely done.
In now, Ozzie Smith. Runs up and gets this one down. But a foul ball here, 0-1. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. The windup and the 0-1. He'll try to bunt his way on as he gets this one down. Throw to first will get him as they pounce on it quickly to snuff out the bunt attempt. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. On now to the bottom of inning number 9. The Boomers lead it 3-0. Dennis Eckersley is the man called on to close this one and earn a save in the ninth. Stepping up now, Monty Irvin. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
The left fielder, Monte Irvin.
First pitch coming. Here it is. That one bends into the zone. A strike on the breaking ball.
Not a bad idea right there. Make this guy work and see if he can throw the ball over the plate. Throws the first pitch for a strike. They need to get some runners on base, and not a bad plan. Unfortunately, the pitcher came in with a strike on the first pitch.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. They really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Just tied him up with that last pitch. Pretty evident by the swing.
The right fielder,
sometimes guys
14.
get in that protect mode so much that they're swinging at everything that they see, and they end up offering at pitches that they can't possibly do anything with.
Standing in now, Larry Doby. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. And it's 1-2. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. Hard hit ball to second. Morgan fields it cleanly on to first, and they're an out away. 2 gone here in the 9th.
Now batting, the third baseman, Eddie Matthews.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Eddie Matthews. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. First pitch coming. Here it is. That's lifted the other way out to left. Williams is there to make the catch, and with that, the ball game is over.
Well, as a former pitcher, you know I love these low-scoring games as opposed to those slugfests. This was like a throwback game when home runs weren't so common and pitching was really dominant. No complaints here.
3-0 the final score in this one today. The expansion era Boomers took the lead in the 2nd inning and rode that until the very end. Catfish Hunter takes home the win. Bob Feller was only able to work 4 innings as he takes the loss. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and the rest of our crew. This is Matt Vasgersian, and you've been watching a presentation of MLB Network. See you next time.